You mind if I start a little bit ahead before this?
Yeah, sure, man, no problem.
All right, so it says, and when he came to the place, he said to them, pray that you may not enter into temptation.
Mm-hmm.
And he withdrew from them about a stone's throw and knelt down and prayed, saying, Father, if you are willing, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but yours be done.
Yes, of course.
So you're saying that this is the true part of the New Testament, that's the true revelation of the law.
That's a straw man. This contains remnants of truth contained when he submitted his will to God.
You quote, see, that's where I'm confused there.
Yeah, sure.
So is the verse that we just read, Luke 22:42, is that the true part of the New Testament or not?
I believe there's true parts, there's some false parts, but I'll explain my position on this verse in particular.
You already did.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll explain further because I don't think you fully comprehended my statement. I believe there's remnants of truth found in the Old Testament and the New Testament, and specifically the New Testament with regards to the life and supposed death of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Specifically with this verse, it contains a very clear depiction of him submitting his will to God. Can we agree?
To who?
To God. Yes, said God.
To who, though? It says
it says the Father, but I believe that's a corruption. Yeah, I can hold my
Wait. All right, so Paul's there.
Yeah, sure.
So based on the verse that you came to show that Jesus is a Muslim based on the true remnant of the verse, it says that Jesus prayed to his Father and Allah's not his Father, right?
Mm-hmm. Allah's not his Father.
So could we, just based on the verse, it shows that Jesus is not praying to Allah, the God of Islam, right?
So when we look at this verse in particular, it's very important to realize my stance on the New Testament. I think you keep forgetting or not recalling this part. I made the explicit statement that the New Testament contains remnants of Jesus's life and supposed death. And in this verse in particular, can we agree that the Father is God?
Yes. Can we agree that God is the Father based on the verse?
That's where we disagree. That's where we disagree.
Wait. This is what I asked. Can we agree that God is his Father based on the verse?
God is his Father. Yeah, we can agree with that statement.
So when you said, and I understood what you said, said that there are true parts in the New Testament and there are corrupted parts in the New Testament. So I specifically asked you, where are the true parts of the New Testament that shows that Jesus submitted to the God of Islam?
I misheard you. That's my fault. I got you a different verse. That's my fault.
Right. So you said Luke 22:42, and I'm like, that's
that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Well, can we at least agree here that based on this verse, he can't be a Muslim by saying that God is his Father?
It depends on what sense you're talking about. Like a father, you say what's the sense you're talking about it?
But you said, remember, you said earlier that Allah's not a father to anyone in any sense.
Yeah, sure. Father in any sense. When I'm referring to any sense, it's not meant. It's more of like a hyperbole, if you put it that way, because I'm simply like exaggerating it. But like, sure, we go with that position.
So are we retracting that? Is there a sense that Allah is a father?
I'll retract that if you want. I'll retract that. This is for the sake of continuing discussion.
Well, no, I like not even for the sake of discuss. Like, I really want to know the truth. Like, your real position. Mm-hmm. Is there a sense where Allah is a father?
No, not in not like in a protective sense, but not like in a he is like a literal like father with a beard, stuff like that.
So the answer is yes. There is a sense in which Allah is a father.
There is a sense, but not in the sense you're projecting it to be.
I haven't projected any sense. I haven't projected anything.
It's a matter of like connotation, but like, you know what I mean.
Got it. So it matters the connotation. It matters the sense in which you use it. So Allah is a father in some sense.
Yeah, like very specific sense, but yes.
And what sense is that?
Like he is like the creator of the universe.
That doesn't mean father.
Father. Does a father have authority?
Sure does, but so does a lord or a master, not a father. Don't have to be a father.
Yeah, does a father have authority over his children?
Yes, but so does someone who's not a father, like a teacher or a lord or a master, or someone, a babysitter.
Yeah, sure, but in this specific example I use, a father has authority over what a child says or does.
Okay. Does a mother also have authority over a child or what he says it does?
Yeah.
So in some sense, can we call Allah mother?
Allah mother in a loving sense, fully loving, fully merciful. Yeah, in that sense. I'm not disagreeing with that. So
yes, we can call Allah mother in that sense.
That sense where he's so loving, but it's not
where he's loving and he's nurturing.
Yeah, loving and nurturing. Allah's most gracious, most merciful. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
So I can still just like, because I just want to be clear. So I can still be a Muslim and believe that Allah is my mother who loves me and takes care of me and nurtures me.
Yeah, mother, and like in the sense of like being the most great, like in the really loving, like that's the way to conceptualize it.
No problem. You got just make it clear. Just knowing your position.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, nice. All right, so go ahead. Show me the verse that.
Yeah, sure. I see the side chat. They're all laughing and stuff. It's fine, bro. It's fine. Sure.
Are you Sunni?
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Okay, cool. I mean, I appreciate you being honest, man. I appreciate you being honest.
Yeah. Why would I be dishonest, man?
That I get. You can imagine. I get a lot of people who are like here just to argue. They're not here to be real.
Yeah, I came here to discuss the Trinity, but like I'll gladly discuss with you this point with the New Testament. No problem.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at this. Trying to find explicit verse, more explicit than most, because most I will agree. The New Testament is a document that pushes certain concepts.
Yes, it has a specific theology that is
specific theology. We would disagree with that theology, is for sure.
You sure you won't get in trouble for saying that? Yes, Allah can be your mother.
If I get in trouble, then like I don't know. Is it like like what?
by other Muslims, like or
Yeah, if I'm not knowledgeable on a specific topic, then sure, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I never said like mother in the sense of like my mother has like hair. Never said in that sense of loving.
Yeah, no, not a physical sense, but just
sense. Like like the Ashari and Athari position on like all those body parts. So like stuff like that. It's very debated among like scholars of Islam.
That he has body parts?
Specifically the interpretation on like what those body parts are. Like are they like metaphysical, like on like creation, or are they like similar to like what I mean, stuff like that. It's really semantics.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
Sure. Yeah. Because the biggest thing with the Old Testament, it's really hard to find a verse where it says God, because it's ahistorical to find like a word such as God. It's very ahistorical, tossed around a lot. Trying to remember this one. Huh?
You been a Muslim all your life?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Come on, man! It shouldn't be that hard to find out.
No, it's a very big book, man. Gotta be.
But there's only a few parts of it that's true, right?
A few parts. It's mainly, I think that it's debated on like what parts are like corrupted to some extent, what parts are uncorrupted. Yeah. I can make the basis and the claim that the corruption of the New Testament can be based off like the Father not being called like God or something.
No, you
can't really make that argument.
You can't.
I can't?
You cannot.
I cannot. Why?
Because you have no type of basis or evidence for that at all.
No basis. So if I find documents with the term God in them,
if you find, like, for example, if you find a document of Luke 22:42, an earlier one than what we have, where Father is not used but it's God instead, or Theos, something like that.
Yeah.
Then be my guest. You got me.
Because I would go to verses like John 8:42. I would go to verses such as that. Like I think it says he did not come on his own, God sent him. But
he says the Father sent him.
He said the Father sent him? Yeah, that was I think it depends on the translation you come to. But I'm trying to find a verse.
No, it's not. It doesn't depend on the translation. If Jesus said Father in the verse, every translation is going to say Father.
I'll take you up on that.
There's never a variant where Jesus uses Father and maybe another manuscript may just have God there and not Father. There's not a man. That doesn't exist.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Regardless, if you want, I'll concede because I can't find one right now. I'll love to get back to you and send you one.
Sure,
but I simply don't have the time.
That's fair enough. So this is where I guess this puts us for now. That based on the historical document that we have on Jesus's life, we can see that he was not a Muslim. He did not believe in things that line up with Islam. Can we agree?
I don't believe the New Testament is an historical document to get reliable information about people like Jesus.
Yes,
but
you do.
Sure, I will concede. All right, sure. How?
You do believe that the New Testament is historical and reliable.
Okay, sure. How?
You said how?
Yeah, how?
What language does Jesus speak?
Aramaic.
How do you know that?
Aramaic, due to maybe the landscape and where he was.
Maybe the what?
Depending on the geographic landscape, like where he was, where the common languages were spoken.
How do you know that he was in a place where Aramaic was the spoken language?
I don't know. I don't remember where I got it from.
It comes from the New Testament.
It comes from the New Testament, really.
Yes. But here's another thing. Here's another layer to that. Because
I did make a claim originally that the New Testament is a document reliable enough for certain pieces of information.
Yeah, but see, at the same time, you just said it's not historically reliable.
Reliable in the sense of
I just showed you that it is.
We can show you remnants of like the New Testament being a reliable document and an unreliable document for certain claims.
All right, what determines whether or not this is actually true, historically reliable?
I wouldn't look at me personally, but I would look at the historians, and most historians and secular scholars hold the opinion.
Historians are using the New Testament as a primary source on Jesus. So that's
sure. Problem. What about Bart Ehrman then?
Bart Ehrman uses the New Testament as his primary source on Jesus.
Yeah, but what else does he critique about the New Testament?
Well, he just doesn't believe every word, and then he doesn't believe.
Oh, really?
That, he doesn't believe that like the people who are named to have written them wrote it, or
sure. Yep.
He has his
like most scholars.
Well, I wouldn't say most scholars. I would say I would say that the same number of scholars disagree with Bart Ehrman. Same people on the same level disagree with him.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that regardless, all of these scholars still use the New Testament as their primary information on the life of Jesus. All of them.
Yeah, all of them. Okay, yeah.
So they're even showing you that the New Testament is historically reliable for the life of Jesus, even though they don't believe everything. But it's the source that we get the life of Jesus, where he was, what language he spoke, where he grew up, where he preached, who he was acquainted with, what the problem was. So
then what do you know about, I have a question for you actually. What do you know about most works done by the preservation of the New Testament? What people do you know have critiqued this besides Barton?
Not that much. That's not my field. I'm very surface level on that.
Very surface level. Okay, sure.
Yeah,
when we specifically look at the critique most people do of the New Testament, we specifically the preservation and the reliability as a document. It's mainly come down to the authorship of the New Testament. Mainly come down to that. That's a very surface level critique, but it is an important point to mention. The authors of them.
Well, one, I don't think so, because
you don't think so. Okay.
No, because if they're using these as eyewitness testimony and saying, well, we don't know exactly the names of these eyewitnesses, but based on the contents, we can see that it's eyewitness testimony. That's all you need. You don't have to.
Okay, sure. So for hadith, for something to be sahih, it has to have a good isnad. Sometimes. So it's I don't know about sometimes. I think depending on your sector or whether you're Ahmadi, Shia, Sunni.
I think I think that even the hadith method is inconsistent, man.
You think hadith science is not a good way to get a good description of, let's say, people like Aisha radhiyallahu anhum?
Well, I don't think that you guys don't use it for everything. You guys don't use it for everything.
Yeah, sure. We as Muslims, we use Quran as primary source and we use hadith as secondary source.
Yeah, but you would need if you're using okay, this is how we can objectively see if a hadith chain is authentic, right?
Yeah.
Then that would be an objective standard you can use for everything, even the Quran, right? So you would need a Sahih chain for the Quran. You would need a
chain of transmission. That's what you're referring to with Quran.
Right, a chain of transmission, but not just that though, but also to even go further, you would need a chain to this Injil that the Quran mentions, a chain to the Torah.
Oh, yes, Injil, yes.
Yeah, so you would need to be consistent. You got to apply that standard to everything in Islam.
Yeah, sure. What does the Quran say about the Injil? Do you know?
It says a lot. It says a lot, and it says nothing at all at the same time.
Sure. Yeah, sure. So let's look at what the Quran says about the Injil. Because I've seen you argue that the Injil is the New Testament. I've seen you argue this point before. I disagree with that point personally.
You disagree?
I disagree with that.
What?
Because I want to ask you a question. Wait,
hold on a second, Omar. Hold on a second. Yeah. You just hit the button, baby. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with another segment of What is the Injil? We have ourselves a new contestant here, our friend Umar. Let's all welcome Umar, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up?
Ooh, yeah, all right. So Umar says that he does not believe that the Injil is the New Testament, which means he knows what the Injil is. So go ahead, Umar. Tell us what is the Injil.
That's a straw man of the position, first of all. And second off, the Quran makes an explicit claim of the Injil as being the message given to the Isa alayhi salam.
The message given to Jesus. Yeah, okay. Sure. And what was that?
It's in the Injil that preached the Sharia. In the most interpretations. Let me grab it for you.
Where does the Quran say that the Sharia is in the Injil?
Yeah, sure, no problem. Let me grab you it. It's not word for word, bar for bar, that type of thing, but I'll grab it.
Okay, I'm not that strict.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
We can use understanding when verses are pulled up. You know, use our comprehension.
So let's first off identify the Injil. So it's in Surah 3, Ayah 3, Surah Al-Imran, if you know what that is. Of course,
Of course, I know what that is.
What?
I said yes. I know what that is.
Yeah, sure. Do you want to pull it up, or I'll put it up?
You said 3:3, right?
Yeah, 3:3. Yeah.
It's okay. He sent down the book confirming, what came before it, and he sent down the Torah and the Gospel.
Yeah, sure. And then in the next verse, it says, "Previously as a God for the people, and revealed the decisive authority. Surely those who reject Allah's revelation will suffer severe torment. For Allah is Almighty, capable of punishment. Surely nothing on earth and in heavens is hidden from Allah." Do we agree?
Yes. So we know that the Injil is a revelation from Allah. We know that the Injil was given to Jesus. But what was that?
So in the text, from what we know what the Injil is, it says specifically in Surah 3, Ayah 48, and he will teach him the writing and wisdom and the Torah and the Gospel. So I'm going to go to 48 and I'll read it out loud for you. Surah 4, Ayah 48. Yeah, sure. It says, Mary wondered, my Lord, this is in 47, just to give you context. Mary wondered, my Lord, how can I have a child when no man has ever touched me? And the angel replied, so will it be. Allah creates at what he wills, and when he decrees a matter, he simply tells it be, and it is. And Allah will teach him writing and wisdom, the Torah and the Gospel.
So teach him the writing, the wisdom, the Torah, and the Gospel.
Yeah, sure. And in the next verse, it says, a messenger to the children of Israel, I have come to you with a sign from your Lord. I'll make for you a bird from clay. Breathe into it and become a real bird by Allah's will. I will heal the blind and the leper and raise the dead to life by Allah's will, and I will prophesy what you eat and store in your houses. Surely in this is a sign for you if you truly believe.
So what is that? What is that gospel? Though? All of this doesn't help us. What is the
sure.
gospel?
In the next verse, it further clarifies. And I'll confirm the Torah.
The next verse does not help us.
Yeah, well hold on. You gotta let me click here.
It literally does nothing to answer the question of what the gospel is. It does nothing.
Hold on. You gotta let me cook here. Let me cook.
All right, go ahead.
Then I'll go to this one. Let me double check my facts real quick before I spew off a little bit. Hold on. Hold on. I'll be right back. Give me a moment. I gotta use the restroom.
Where you going? Oh, you use the restroom? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are at a commercial break. Let's go ahead and play our commercial song while our friend gets make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This is the segment, What is the Injil? And our contestant is confident. Our contestant is precise. Our contestant is sharp. And he might be the best contestant that we've ever had in this segment of What is the Injil? So we've established, y'all, that the Injil is a revelation from Allah. We've established that the Injil was taught to Jesus. It was given to Jesus. But the only question that we're still asking is, what is it? So when our contestant gets back, I believe that that's what he'll tackle and tell us what is the Injil. In the meantime, make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel. If you love these discussions, if you love these interfaith dialogues, if you love these engagements and you learn from them, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you give this channel a follow. If you're on TikTok, make sure you follow us. All right, we're live all the time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Sunday is a special time, decided to go live, especially for this. So also subscribe to One Way Apologetics, who inspired this live stream because we were doing a review earlier. All right, there we go. Let's get to some super chats here. We got Piers Taylor who says, God bless. Oh, he's back.
Back.
All right, awesome. He's back,
sure.
ladies and gentlemen. He's back.
Sure, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I use the rest of my fault.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. So,
yeah, sure.
What is the Injil now?
So the Injil, to my understanding of the Quran, Sunnah, and scholars, I'll say, because we don't only base our, we're not Quranists. We don't solely base our entire religion from Quran. Muhammad
Okay.
especially made this statement as well. Back ago, and it's consistent with the Sharia. And I'll grab you from some people, some scholars.
So are you saying the Injil is consistent with the Sharia?
Consistent with it says the Sharia. Like we believe that like every prophet preached the same message.
Okay. You believe that every prophet preached the same message.
Yes.
So did every prophet preach the Injil?
Every the Sharia. It's called the Sharia. It's like like Sharia law. It's laws based off of Islamic principles, and Islamic principles is like Sharia, and the term Sharia is like Islamic values.
Got it. So every prophet preached Islamic values, but even though their message may have varied, depending on their time and the audience they came with, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I'm trying to figure out specifically. The Injil. What was that? What is that?
Let me grab the scholar real quick. I don't want to spew out of just like nothing really.
Okay.
You grab a reputable thing real quick. I don't want to grab that source real quick. Commentaries.
What are you looking up? Maybe I can help.
Yeah, I'm looking at like tafsir, stuff like that. Let me grab. I sent a link in the side chats. This contains every commentary for tafsirs on 378.
Okay.
Specifically, talks about the Torah and the Injil. It even talks about with Ibn Kathir, the Jews alter Allah's words.
Yep.
Yep.
His words and meanings with their tongues.
Yep, sure. And then let me grab an explicit statement about the Injil is.
Okay. I don't think we're gonna find it in that tafsir of 378.
Yeah, I think this specifically talks about this talks about like the corruption specifically from the Islamic standpoint through scholars such as like Ibn Kathir, Qureshi, stuff like that, people like that.
Yeah.
I forgot this kid's name. What's this guy's name?
Also, Yasser Qadi.
I think it's do you know Adnan Rashid? Do you know who that is?
Yep.
Yeah, do you know what that is? I think he talks about that a lot. He talks about what the Injil is.
He doesn't even know what it is.
Huh?
He doesn't even know what it is. He's not even a scholar.
Huh?
He's not a scholar, and he doesn't know what the tafsir is.
Adnan Rashid?
He doesn't know what the Injil is. Adnan Rashid, yes.
Let me grab it. I'm pretty sure he has credentials, no?
He's not a scholar.
I'm pretty sure he's an historian.
He's Adnan Rashid.
Adnan Rashid, yes.
No, he's not.
Yes, he's a distinguished historian. What do you mean?
Adnan Rashid, the one who's debated, Dr. James White and all these people?
Yeah, that guy. Adnan Rashid. That guy. I put him in the link in the private chat. That's the guy I'm referring to. He talked about the Angelus. I'm using a historian. Yeah, what do you mean? This guy's definitely... He has credentials. That's all I know.
About to see what you're talking about.
I'm 99% sure that's like a
scholar. Yeah, Adnan Rashid, bro.
Yeah, isn't he a historian? No. Yeah, he has an honors degree from the University of London.
Bro.
Why do you reject him?
Guys, no, man. Adnan Rashid is not your scholar, dog.
He's an historian. I said he's a historian. What do you mean?
You're saying he's a historian?
No, I didn't say. Yeah, he's an historian with an honors degree in history from the University of London.
Okay, what does he say the Injil is, man?
I think he makes the explicit claim that the Injil is a message given to Isa alayhi salam. It's the explicit message.
What is that?
The message given to Isa, like, look, bro.
We know that. We know.
I have a video. I'll play it in the mic.
You're playing a video, Umar.
Yeah, bro. I can't put it into the same words, man.
Oh, come on, Umar. This is not how this segment's supposed to go.
How's it meant to go then? Curious.
You're supposed to know what the Injil is, or just say you don't know.
I mean, I will never concede on this point. I'll never concede on this point.
You'll never concede on what the Injil is?
No, I'll never concede.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
Who says so? Me? You?
I think you will.
I don't think I will. Man.
You're an honest guy so far. I think if it comes to a point where, a concession is necessary, I think you'll concede for sure.
I have a really good thing. I have a really good way to prove this. Really good way. I really good way to prove this. So if I show you that he preached Islam in the Quran, will you accept it?
No, because that's just a claim.
Yeah, just a claim. But when I give you the sense of the Injil and I give you the interpretation of what the Injil is based on the Quran, would you accept it?
I will accept what the Quran is saying.
Yeah, but
however, I need it to tell me what it is. See, look, I know what the Quran says. It says a few things about the Injil. One, it's a revelation of Allah. Two, it was given to Jesus. Jesus is the one that preached it. Three, it was written down eventually. Four, the Quran confirms it. Five, the Christians are supposed to judge by it. So
with the Quran as an authority.
No, not with the Quran at all. No.
Are you wait? Why do you wait?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second. Okay.
I'll prove that later. No problem.
All right. So these are the things that the Quran says about the Injil.
Okay.
But it doesn't tell us what it is exactly. It doesn't tell us.
Okay, sure, no problem.
See, you just conceded.
Okay, so sure. No, you know what I'm gonna say, right? I have an idea. We're gonna use Quran to prove this. So
I'm inviting you to.
I have an idea. Okay. So when we go to Surah 5, ayah 48, right? It says that like the book, he said, we have revealed to you, O Prophet, like that's on the Arabic, but like sure, this book with the truth as a confirmation of previous scriptures, right? It says that, and supreme authority and a supreme authority on it.
It doesn't say supreme authority. It says guardian, Muhammad.
Guardian. Oh yeah, you're right. Actually, my fault. So judge between them by what Allah has revealed, and do not follow their desires of the truth that has come to you. This is Allah Azza wa Jalla speaking to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then in the next verse, I'll keep reading it. Yeah, but I think I already know what this is. But I'll read it out loud for you, no problem. Yeah, to each of you we have ordained a code of law and a way of life. If Allah had willed, He would have made you one community. But His will is to test you with what He has given you. So complete with one another in doing good. To Allah you will all return. Then He will inform you regarding your differences.
So to each of you, He has prescribed to them their own law. Which groups is He talking about?
The Jews and the Christians.
Jews and the Christians and the Muslims.
Yep.
All right. So Jews, they have the Torah. Christians, they have the gospel. Muslims, they have the Quran. If he wanted to, if he willed, he would have made them all one.
He would have made them one community. He would have made them one community.
Exactly. So even in Muhammad's time, their books, the Torah and the Gospel, are still good for them to use for judgment in their criteria, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Got it. All right. This still doesn't tell us what the Injil is.
Yeah, but it tells you in the next verse.
The next verse doesn't tell us anything about the Injil.
Yeah, sure. But do you hold the position, just had a strict question, like, do you hold to the ability, or do you hold to the position that the New Testament is the Injil?
We'll see.
We'll see. Okay. Because I think you do.
We'll see. My whole thing here is, how do you know it's not? That's my whole thing. How do you know the Injil is not the New Testament?
Dude, this happened with Dawa Rodinya and the other guy.
It sure did.
It definitely did. And I saw a clip where the New Testament comes after Jesus, right?
The New Testament comes after Jesus. That is correct.
So can something be revealed after Jesus be revealed to? Can something that came after Jesus be revealed to Jesus?
Who says that it was revealed after Jesus?
Who said it was revealed after Jesus?
Yeah, nobody says
the New Testament
was revealed after Jesus. It was just written after Jesus.
Written after Jesus. Okay, so what is like the? I believe you hold the position that the gospel of Jesus, like the words of Jesus, like the teachings.
So it's like this, bro. It's like this. If Jesus revealed the gospel, right? He went around preaching the gospel, right? And then let's say 5, 6, 10 years after he ascended to heaven, his companions decided to write down what he preached.
Yeah.
There's no problem with that, right? It doesn't mean that that's when it was revealed.
Yeah,
it was revealed when Jesus preached it, but they just happened to write it down later.
Yeah, in the New Testament especially, it talks about how like many things were like many things were said that they didn't have on record. Like many things Jesus said that.
Yeah, many things he did that they didn't have on record.
Yeah, many things he didn't have on record. Yeah,
but
I talked about this with another guy. Yeah.
Okay, so with this being said, now the question still stands.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know that the Injil is not the New Testament?
How do we know? Because you hold to the New Testament teaches the doctrine of the Trinity. Supposedly teaches the doctrine of the Trinity.
Do you?
The Trinitarian doctrine? I don't believe so. I don't believe so.
Okay, so it doesn't matter what I believe.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. But with the position I held previously, with regards to how the New Testament contains remnants of truth of Isa alayhi salam.
Okay, but
in this verse, in Surah 5, ayah 49, it says, "And judge between them, O Prophet, by what Allah has revealed, and do not follow their desires, and beware, so they do not lure you away from some of what Allah has revealed to you. If they turn away from Allah's judgment."
This has nothing to do with the Injil.
Yeah, it will. Let me circle back.
The question is, how do you know the Injil is not the New Testament, my brother?
Because it teaches anti-Islamic values.
But that doesn't mean that it's not the Injil. That would just mean that the Injil taught anti-Islamic values.
The Injil taught anti-Islamic values.
Yes, and the Quran is confirming a book that contradicts Islam. That's all that would mean.
Okay, I have a question. If the Injil is the New Testament, then like what canon is it?
Wait, no, that has nothing to do with the question. But we could deal with that next. I promise you. But first, let's establish what the heck the Injil is first. So, do we see, at least so far, that you have nothing to stand on? You have no basis to say that the New Testament is not the Injil.
No basis?
Mm-hmm.
No basis. I would say like I do have a basis. But
what's your basis?
Basis would be like, I don't know, like scholarly interpretation, but I just can't find that right now.
Scholarly interpretation. The scholars use the New Testament a lot of times in their interpretation.
Yeah, but like the Islamic scholars in particular.
Matter of fact, Islamic scholars. Matter of fact, when we look at a particular commentary of the Quran, look, watch this. When we go to 7:157, I'm gonna show you what a commentary does. Can you stop smacking in the mic?
My fault. I was eating.
I know. Look. And let's use Halali. Let's see what the two scholars said. When we look at this translation of the Quran, look, I have it over here on the right. This is 7:157. Those who follow the messenger, the prophet who can neither read nor write, i.e. Muhammad, whom they find written with them in the Torah, and then they quote my Bible, Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 15. and the Injil, the Gospel, John chapter 14, verse 16.
Yeah, sure.
So even the Islamic commentaries say that the Injil is our Bible.
Wait, what scholar is this? Who is this?
This is Halali and Khan. These are two scholars together.
Are they what's like their what's their school of thoughts? Or what's their aqidah?
I don't know that deep.
All right.
I don't know. I ain't that deep on that.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
you know, but just showing you that even Islamic scholars appeal to the Bible.
So
and
let's say I concede the Injil is the New Testament. Let's say that hypothetically.
No, it ain't no. Let's say it. Do you?
I will never concede that. Never.
Why?
I'm gonna keep fighting, bro. I'm gonna keep looking for evidence, bro. And if it's true, then I'll concede. I'm like, fine. Like it's like, okay, whatever.
Good.
But in the Quran, specifically when in Surah 5, Ayah 49, it says, "And judge between them by what Allah has revealed, and do not follow their desires, and beware so they do not lure you away from some of what Allah has revealed to you. If they turn away, then this is referring to the
judge
Jews.
Between who? Judge between who?
Just between them, old prophets, the Jews and the Christians.
Beautiful. So not the books themselves, but the people, right?
Jews and Christians, yeah, like the what Allah has revealed. It's like, yeah,
right. So you have, and this is what the Quran says over and over again. Matter of fact, you saw this in chapter 3, verse 78, how it says they distort God's words with their tongues.
Yeah, what about
right? They lie about it.
I sent you scholarly interpretation for like.
Well, I already know the verse, but this is the point.
Yeah,
is that the scriptures, according to the Quran, are good. They're good for judgment. You're supposed to believe in them. They're intact. However, the people don't follow their scriptures, and sometimes they lie and misinterpret them. So Muhammad is saying, judge between them and don't follow their vain desires, so that they don't lead you astray with their lies and misinterpretation.
I'm gonna grab something. I'm gonna grab the tafsir for that real quick.
Ahead, yeah. For sure. Just showing you that you're judging with the Quran is like saying to judge between the people, don't follow their vain desires, their lies, their distortions, and stuff like that when they try to lead you away. It has nothing to do with the scriptures themselves. The scriptures themselves, they're good and pure. So where we're at is that the Quran affirms the scripture, but tells you to watch out for the people.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna send a link in the thing, but for this, look at the link I sent in the private chat. This is Quran.com and this tafsir for Surah 5, Ayah 59, and it talks about. It says here, in the 5th, 40, and in the 6th verse, the address is to the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, saying that to him Allah subhanahu wa taala has revealed them Quran, which confirms the Torah and the Injil, books previous to it, and it is their custodian as well. This is because after the people of the Torah altered the Torah and the people of the Injil made changes in the Injil, it was the Quran alone which turned out to be kind of the overseer and protector, which exposed the alterations made by them, lit up truth and reality in their proper perspectives.
Right. So that's Ibn Kathir, which he's one of those who holds the position that the scriptures have actually been corrupted. But that's not all of their opinions.
Yep.
Like when you
never made that claim. Yep.
Yeah. When you look at Ibn Abbas on 378, he says none can change the words of Allah. None can take and remove any of the words from any of his books, but that they only distort their apparent meanings. So you have
This is common though. I will say this is common among scholarly interpretation with specific verses such as the Quran. And this mainly depends on your school of thoughts and what sector you take.
Exactly. So there's three groups that Ibn Qayyim, who's also a contemporary of Ibn Kathir, Ibn Qayyim gives us three groups that have three different positions. There's the group like Ibn Kathir. They believe that the scriptures have been corrupted and changed textually. Yeah. Right. Then there's the other group that does not believe that they've been changed textually, but that they've just been misinterpreted and distorted with their words. Right. They lie about what they say. Yeah, sure. And then there's the third group, which is the smaller group, which Ibn Taymiyyah is part of, who says that most of the scriptures is intact, but some of it, like there's a little bit of it that's been corrupted.
Yeah, like some examples could be like referring to like the Father or something like that. Maybe like some of that, like that.
Look at you.
Yeah.
So this is where we're at, man. Based on the Quran, we still, to me, I think it's clear that the Quran would be leading. I mean, the Injil is leading towards the New Testament. That's the Injil that the Christians had. That's the gospel that they had, was the New Testament.
Yeah.
And the Quran affirms it. It says it's with them. It's in their possession. And that's what they were using. So it looks like everything's pointing to that the Injil is the New Testament, right?
I don't know. I'm not, bro. Like, what should we call it? I want to go to college for like religious studies and philosophy. So I think I'll definitely have more of a set in stone position of what the Injil and the Torah is.
Yep, that's fine.
I'll definitely have more of a clear position, but it leads towards that realm of like thought and discussion.
It leads towards the realm that it's the New Testament. Is that right?
Yeah, sure. But like, yeah, it leads towards that. It leads towards that.
See, I didn't I tell you in the beginning, I said you would concede because not because you're like defeated or anything, like I didn't win anything here, but you're just honest. You're if it makes sense to you, I said you're gonna concede. And so here you are. You're like, okay, yeah, you know what? It looks like it's leading to the fact that it is the New Testament.
However, I just add on to that, specifically with among the scholars, you should very well know this. Among scholars, there are disagreements among like what the Injil is. This is very prevalent among even like Shias, Sunnis, no matter the sector, no matter what their Aqidah is, whether the Ashari, Athari, Sufi, Salafi, Maliki, Hanbali, Hanafi, doesn't matter really what they are. It really, it's down to the fact. And what you can really get from this is that the Sharia or like the Torah and the Injil teach the core message of the Sharia or Islamic values. That's what you can really derive from it.
But you don't know that for sure.
You don't know that. I mean, like, bro, like you gotta give me, you gotta like, you know what I mean? Like
what?
I don't know how to word it, but like sure.
All right, look, hey Umar, you are welcome back anytime, bro.
Yeah, sure.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so come back again. I'm gonna let the next guest up though. But this was fun. I had a good time with you, bro.
Yeah, bro. Mashallah.
All right, take care, man. All right, guys, and that's our segment of what is the Injil. And 9 times out of 10, if the Muslim is honest, it is going to lead to the Injil being the New Testament.